Hello everyone, this is going to be a quick video on how to train your Doodle, pretty much. Simple video. Let's get back into place. The first sort of 2 minutes of this video is going to be a super quick how to train your Doodle basics. And then we're going to go into much more detail on the best ways to train your Doodle, the quickest ways to train your Doodle, which trick to train your Doodle, so on and so forth. So first off, to buy your first trick, pretty simple. If you've already got a Doodle, pretty simple. If you haven't got a Doodle, we'll go into that in the next step. But just for the people who just want to know how to train their Doodle, once they've got a Doodle, this is how you do it. So we jump into the phone booth in your apartment or at your house. Jump straight in, and then you should be able to flick through the pages. Click new, flick through the pages, and you should be able to find an area where there's some Doodle training. Right here. So it's actually in back order, my bad. So go to back order. We've got a couple in here at the moment. We've got rollover, dance, and speak. Speak is actually the best one to go for, but it's the hardest to train. The easiest is jump. You naturally come with jump on your tricks here. So you should already have jump. If not, jump into this here and buy yourself some tricks. They do cost roughly about 600. I think they're 600 exactly, actually. Then you want to step outside. Once you've got it, you should have it automatically. I can't remember if you have to go to the post box. I think you do, actually. Yeah, you'll have to go to your mailbox to pick up the actual trick itself. But once you've got it, if you click your Doodle, walk up to it, click call. You don't have to. You just have to be near to it. But clicking call to it's usually the best point of call because he's right next to you then, and you're ready to train him. Then what you want to do, pretty simple. Wherever my Doodle's gone. Let's get out of this view, actually. So pretty simple. What you want to do is speed chat up here. Pretty simple. Go to speed chat. Scroll down to pets. Click tricks, and then click your trick you want to do. And you want to keep doing this until your pet performs the trick that you're speaking. So we'll flick through this. My best trick is rollover. So hopefully he should be able to do rollover as quickly as possible. But when you keep doing this, no matter what, even if it seems like he's not doing it after 5 or 6, 7, 8, 9 times, they will eventually do it. And again, speak is the hardest to train. Jump is the easiest to train. So, but the difference is jump gives you less laugh when you obviously call them in battle, which I'll show you later anyway, in case you don't know about that. You can call them into battle, and then it heals your laugh points, which are these bits down here, as everyone knows. But what you want to do is, I'll probably recommend starting off with jump, training them with jump a bit, but it does take roughly about 2,000 of successful tricks performed before it's maxed out. And it's easy to accomplish. But the best thing to really is to start off with jump, and it's got the highest success rate to perform that trick. There you go. So this is rollover. Again, that was quite hard to train because rollover is pretty much in the middle, next to backflip, on how to train. And then your Doodle goes tired. Don't worry if your Doodle goes tired. You can either two things you can do: walk up to the Doodle and click scratch. Obviously, click call and click scratch, or get close enough where you can scratch it, and that will bring it back to excited or to sort of passionate. Or you can just keep training, and what you can do, you can keep doing rollover, and after about 3 or 4 of these, as you can see, 3, 4 of these, clicking the rollover, they will then come back to excited, which is really nice. You don't actually have to sit there for 10 seconds scratching your Doodle. All you have to do is just keep clicking rollover, and as you can see, he's back to excited at the top right hand corner. It's still got the Z's above him, but that doesn't matter. He's still got excited on the top right hand corner, and now he's got an exclamation mark. So you don't have to sit there and scratch him, feed a jelly bean, whatever. You can just keep pressing that rollover, which is really nice, or jump, whatever you're training. That's the best way to do it. Again, that's the simplest way to train your Doodle, and it will take you 2,000 to max them out. As you can see on mine, I'm only training rollover at the moment. It's got 8 laughs so far, but eventually, as I train it more and more, it will gain more laugh or more healing it does to you and your allies in battle, the more you train it. So it is really worth training it, and it's going to become more accurate as you train it. So the best thing to do is just keep, whenever you go into your apartment, house, not apartment, jump straight in to start training them. I recommend just training them 5 or 6 tricks a day, and it does add up really quickly. I found it quite successful, and that's the basics of training your Doodle. I'm going to go into much more detail on the quickest ways to train your Doodle, which one's best, how much laugh each one does now. But if anyone who just wants to jump on the video and just find out how to train your Doodle, that's pretty much it. Alright guys, we will see you in a second. Right, the next step is going to be best places to buy your doodles. So the best places to buy your doodles is Brewer and then Donald's Dreamland. Donald's Dreamland being the best place to buy your doodles. Each doodle has different, I'll show you, hang on. The worst place is obviously going to be ToonTown Central. Doesn't mean it's going to be a bad doodle, just means it's not going to be as effective to train as the other doodles. It has flaws, meaning it's going to be tired quicker, it's not going to be as affectionate, so on and so forth. It can get grumpy, so on and so forth. So the best place to buy your doodle is here in Donald's Dreamland. If you're not there yet, you can simply run all the way here, following the standard path. So you can go from ToonTown Central up into Minnie's Melody, up into Donald's Dreamland, and you can get here and buy yourself a doodle, but they're not cheap. They get more expensive. So the best thing really to do is either buy a doodle straight off the bat and just start training it if you're thinking you're going to take your time getting through the game, or just simply save up your money and then buy a doodle. That's what I would firstly recommend, is just save up your money and then buy a really, really good doodle. So if you want to adopt a doodle, these are the best doodles there are in the game. So we'll have a look through these. So this one isn't actually the best. This one's often playful, sometimes confused, sometimes tired. So it's not exactly the best doodle in the world. The best ones are the ones that say things like rarely confused. Anything with rarely at the beginning is good, with a couple of exceptions. Those exceptions being, you want things like very excitable as well, but rarely is the best way to go. So always affectionate is the exception from that rule, and always playful. The best things are rarely, always, and always. So you want always playful, always affectionate, any of those traits, or anything with rarely at the beginning, meaning rarely lonely. All of these traits are going to be the best things to pick through. So these ones are pretty good. You've got some very excitable ones, which is always nice. You want excitable because excitable means they're going to train tricks, so on and so forth. So the best thing to do is flick through these and find one that you think's great. So you've got rarely sad, rarely grumpy, very excitable, really, really good doodle. But you can see the cost of them is not cheap. And the cost of them usually represents the best kind of doodle. So you can flick through. This one's sometimes confused, always affectionate, which is brilliant. You want an always affectionate. It's a really, really good trait. And they're generally one of the best doodles out there because they're always ready to train. There is things like sometimes tired. That's okay. That's not a problem. You want rarely tired, really. So there is loads. And you can flick through the different districts and everything like that. You can check the Brewer doodles, everything like that. You can check all of the doodles, but the best doodles will be at the Brewer and Donald's Dreamland. Alright, so that's how you buy yourself a doodle. Run into one of these shops and buy yourself a doodle. If you're not happy with the doodle you've got, you can return your doodle. So if you buy one at the start, just to sort of practice training or so on and so forth, if you end up wanting a better doodle, you can come to one of these places and buy yourself a doodle. So that's how you buy yourself a doodle. The next step is going to be the most effective way to train your doodle. So regardless of what you do, it's going to take a long time to train your doodle, but it is really, really rewarding, especially when you can just start a battle, you start taking damage, no one's got tune up, you can take your doodle out, summon it, and it can heal you, which is really, really good. It can be really good for soloing things, everything like that, and it's just really funny. At the end of the day, it's really cool to just take out a doodle and it do an awesome trick in front of all your mates. Best thing to do, this is going to be the most effective way to train your doodle if you want to get it done as quickly as possible. It is going to take a long time. It's going to take 10 plus hours easily. So the best thing to do is just train it and then try it out in battle, because it does succeed more than you would think, especially when you've trained it, even up to this point, where I've probably only trained it, 300, 400 successful ones, maybe not even that, maybe 200 successful ones. And he does. Occasionally I go out there, probably once every 3 or 4 times he will perform this, which is really, really cool. Especially when you don't need to do more damage to the cog or anything like that. It's really, really good. So the most effective way, there's 2 ways you can do it. The lazy way, I call it, which is just clicking pets, clicking roll over, and waiting for it to roll over. You have to wait for this to disappear, so the rollover text to disappear, before you can click roll over again for your doodle to pick up on that. So you have to wait for that. You can't just go pets, roll over, and then click roll over again straight away. It won't do anything. The doodle won't pick up on that. Not very often anyway. So if you do it again, see, he didn't pick up on that because rollover is still up on the screen. He doesn't pick up on it. Unless you do it like right at the end, then he'll pick up on it. So the best way and the quickest way to do it, it is quite a lot of demanding on sort of your speed. But you go pets, trick, roll over, and just click a random thing like yes, and then you can go back straight to tricks and roll over. So this is a quick way of doing it. So you can either go to phases, rake them in, pets. Here, it will save about a second or two. It doesn't sound like much, but it can make a difference. When you get in the flow of it, you can go pets, roll over, pets, yes, pets, roll over, pets, yes, pets. Ooh, here, boy, that's always a good one. Pets, roll over, and then he does it. And it doesn't seem quicker, but once you get in the flow of it, it is much, much quicker. But only about a second, but a second adds up on each run. Now he's tired, so again, the best thing to do here, you can click scratch, which is always awkward because you have to sort of get really close to the doodle, then click scratch, and it takes 10 seconds for scratch animation to finish. So the best thing to do really, there's two things you can do. Some people like to say, good boy, and it can get them more excitable. Apparently, I haven't really tested this, but apparently by saying good boy, it will make your Doodle cheer up. But this is not confirmed, and I haven't been able to confirm this, and it might even be a girl, so maybe you have to say good girl. That is why. So that works. So what you can do when the doodle is tired, depending if the doodle is a girl or a boy, you can just simply say pets, good girl, and then they become excitable again, ready to do a trick. Or what you can do is just basically, I'll show you. When they're tired, you can just continue. I think I showed you at the start of the video, but I'll show you again. So what you can do is just simply, let's just get her to do the trick and get her tired quickly. We'll skip ahead. Okay, now that your doodle is tired, the best thing to do is just continue training. So continue training rollover, and after about 3 or 4 or 5 of rollovers, jumps, dance, whatever, it will become excited again. Or you can scratch it, which take 10-second animation. The reason I say keep training, and instead of scratching it, saying good girl, good boy, one or the other, the best thing to do is just keep training, because let's take jump, for example. Jump has at the start, before you start training, when you first start training jump, it has a 50 to 60% chance of doing that action. So doing jump, 50 to 60% chance. If it's tired, it has a 10 to 20%. So although it's low, it still has a chance to do the trick. So you're still technically training and saving time. The best thing to do is just continue saying roll over. And look, even when she's tired, that was probably a 10% chance of him doing the trick, and they ended up doing it. So it's the best thing to do is just keep training, and eventually, as you keep training, they will become excitable again. After about 3 or 4 of these rollovers, they will become excitable again. And we'll watch here. It should become excitable. You see it in the top left when they're excitable. And they will be in a couple of seconds. Again, tired, and they're doing animations. The reason that actually took longer was because it became tired again. So after it does the trick, there's a chance for it to become tired. Again, depending on the level of the doodle and the level of the trick. So the level of the trick, but what I mean by that is how far up you are, the less likely to get tired it is. So the more you go up, the better, basically. More accurate, more laugh, and less likely to get tired when training. So the best thing to do is just continue doing rollover. It can still perform these tricks. Again, much less likeliness to. So don't get disheartened if you do it 5 or 6 times. It becomes excited again, and during those times, it didn't roll over or jump, whatever you're training. The best thing to do is just continue doing this, and it will become excitable again. Again, it's excited now, as you can see. So it's excited. That probably took maybe 5 times on that occasion. And now it's back to excitable, so it's back to the original odds of training your doodle. So instead of being a 10 to 20%, if we were training jump, it's now a 50 to 60% chance again. Again, rollover is a little bit less. So rollover is in the middle. So I think rollover is about a 40% success rate at my level. And when it's tired, it's something like a 7%. It's quite low. Again, we'll go through what are the best ones to train, and we'll give you the most laugh, what are the most success, and so on and so forth. But that's the basics on the best way to train your doodle. Again, the best way is just quickly cycling through it so you can get as many of those texts out so your doodle will train it as quickly as possible. So just an example here again, this is the best thing to do. Again, training can be simple, and you'll see this goes up very slowly. The best thing to do is not hold this out, so put this away, because it can be really disheartening after doing a couple. It can be really disheartening because it doesn't look like it moves, whereas if you put it away and do it 8, 9, 10, 12, 100 times, you click back on it and you'll see it rises really, really quickly. It's really good. And that gives you a basic rundown of the most effective way to train your doodle. So the next thing to look at is which trick you want to train your Doodle, because each trick has different accuracies, different amounts of laugh that is gained to yourself when in battle, or even out of battle, just healing at home. Again, jump is the most accurate, 97%. It's once max. This is all once max, 97% chance of it hitting and healing you and your teammates, which is amazing. For 10 laugh points, 97%, it's a good idea to max jump, definitely, if you need those life points. Or you can risk it, go for speak. 22 laugh point gain, amazing, but it's only a 40% accuracy rate, so it's not as big as you would have thought, even when maxed. So it's not 40, sorry, it's 39%. So I think I said that, I can't remember. So 39% once maxed, but it does heal you 22 laugh points. So when you look at jump and speak on par, if you've got a spare turn that you can waste, you do 2 jumps, which is 97% accuracy rates, that's 20 laugh points, and you do 2 speaks, because it might not hit. Even with 2 speaks, it's going to be what? 78% chance of hitting. So 78% chance versus 2, 97% chances. It might be worth, if you've got the spare turn in battle, to jump twice rather than speaking. Again, all of these have different stats. This is why I've gone for rollover for my Doodle to train, because that has a 68% chance. A 68% chance at max to heal my toon 16 laugh. In my opinion, that's really, really good. 16 laugh to me, my teammates, obviously, everyone. Which most attacks aren't much more than 16 laughs that I know of, or 16 damage that I know of. So 16 laugh to me is perfect. I can throw my Doodle out there. It has a 68% chance of working, which is relatively high. Most of the time it would go off. So again, look at these different things. Look at jump, beg, play dead, so on and so forth, and see which one suits you and your playstyle. If you're a bit risky, go for speak. It will hit you 22 laugh points, which is awesome, but it's only 40% accuracy. So again, I'll run through these quickly. So you've got jump, 97% accuracy when maxed. Beg, 87%. Play dead, 78%. Roll over, 68%. Backflip, 58%. Dance, 49%. And speak, 39%. So look at those. See which one you think you want to go for accuracy wise, because it really makes a difference. It's not all about the maximum laugh gain. So look at those, look at which ones you think are most effective for you in battle, because at the end of the day, we're training them to work in battle. It might just be for your own pleasure to train your Doodle different tricks, but the best thing to do is look at the one that you think is going to be best. So I went for the middleman because I like being a little bit risky. But 16 laugh to me sounds perfect. If I can max this with 16 laugh at a, 58%? No, 68% chance of hitting. Perfect. Great for battle. Can heal me 16 laugh, and my teammates can possibly keep us alive for another round while my teammates can attack. And it heals myself, obviously. So look at those and find out which one suits you best. Hopefully this helps you. I hope it does. Okay, the next step is sort of just a end of video scene, if that makes sense. Not really done this too often, so it's a little bit new to me. Basically, don't forget to give your Doodle some love. You know, they're pets at the end of the day. I know it's a game. Give them a scratch occasionally. Feed them a jelly bean. You don't have to continuously train them. This game's about having fun with your pets and so on and so forth. And another little quick tip, if you've got multiple Doodles on your different accounts, so I've got Granny Ursula over here. She doesn't have a Doodle at the moment. If you had multiple Doodles, you can actually train them at the same time. So if I have a Doodle next to here, I can click roll over and I can train both my Doodles at the same time, or maybe more, 3-4 Doodles at the same time, which is great. Really nice feature, because you can just train all your Doodles at once, which is brilliant at the end of the day, because you don't have to do 2,000 accurate tricks over and over and over again. You only have to do it once. So it probably is a good idea before you start training all your training one of your Doodles. If you've got another main account, bring that in and train both the Doodles at the same time. Little tip out there. Other than that, that's pretty much it. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If there's anything I've missed, give me a shout in the comments. I can help you out. I've been playing ToonTown since I was a youngster. So I know quite a lot about Doodles, and I like myself a good Doodle. They're pretty cool. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope they helped you out. Have a good day. Just quickly, at the end of the video, I also stream on Twitch, so check that out. And obviously it's my YouTube channel. Chuck me a like and a subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Other than that, check me out on Twitch. I'm streaming quite often at the moment, so jump on there, drop me a follow if you enjoyed the video. Thanks guys, see you later.